I decided to do a update of the fans in the garage earlier. This will probably be uploaded the following day, but this is the fans inside the house. There's been a few additions. We'll start off first in the basement with the Harbor Breeze Typhoon. This fan, I believe, is running on low speed. This was installed to aid this piece of junk that likes to smell like mold when it's not being used. So this fan works quite good with that. It wobbles a bit because the blade arms are all knackered. There's also the 16-inch Lasko oscillating fan down here, which I typically use this area here when I'm not doing fan-related stuff. I mean other stuff I will do. I'll work on projects and stuff down here in the dryer, and sometimes I'll have like fan parts and things to dry off. So this fan is what I typically use for that. And plug it in, I'll show it to you quickly. And it seems to be stiff. So I'm gonna guess this fan is gonna need a service. So even if I wanted to use this fan right now, I can't. If I would have to use that, I have some box fans and stuff over here. That Ultra Force is kind of my go-to box fan I use down here in the basement. Already on 2 minutes down here. We'll go up to the next room. I don't know exactly when it was the last time I made a video, but this fan was the newest addition. This was installed a few weeks ago. This is a 36-inch view fan spinner with stencil. This is the first fan I've installed in this house of stencil, and I'm glad to have a vintage fan in the house now. So hopefully I would like to install some more vintage fans elsewhere. I just don't really have anything that really fits, but this is probably one of my favorites. It has really loud bearings on it, but I don't really seem to mind. We'll turn this light off out here. But yeah, this thing actually doesn't move as much air as I would think it would or whatever, but it does the job in here. It's also not really the right finish. I'll make a video of this thing in the future. We'll turn it off and watch it attempt to spin down, I think. So we can get a look at the stencil. Here's a look at the stencil. This is probably my favorite fan in the house. My throat seems really gummed up. Yeah, what I was saying, this is probably my favorite fan in the house. And the mini fridge just turned on, but that's this fan. And we can turn it back on, I guess. Watch it speed back up to medium speed. The bearings are still very rough. Here in the dining room is my 52-inch Hampton Bay Sussex from 2013, which is running on low speed. I believe the pull chain is set to either medium or low, and I'm going to guess that's set at low. I typically mess around to speed settings on this to get a nice aesthetic low speed. Going into winter. Once summer happens and I actually need air moving, I will mess around with the speeds a bit more. This fan isn't really as important in this time of year. It's really more useful during the summer, but I like the aesthetic low. Over here is a 42-inch late 90s, early 2000s Littleton. This one's actually made by SMC. This was the last of the SMC made Littletons before the crappy Chinese ones. So this thing actually does a good job. This one actually runs a bit better. I mean, it moves more air than the fan in the kitchen, surprisingly. This fan is dated of 1992, but I don't believe it's from 1992. I think it's much newer and it was mislabeled. But this fan does run really good. Also, the owner's manual on this is branded as SMC, and the motor is. There's no Hampton Bay branding on the fan or on the box. But this fan's running on low speed in reverse. And these are not the original pull chains. The original ones were wooden fobs. These are off of a Hampton Bay gazebo. A friend of mine gave me those. So we'll turn these off since I don't have any plans of being down here anymore. And the Witten probably would like some sleep. No ceiling fan in here. I thought about putting one in here at some point in time on a swag kit, probably somewhere over here, but don't believe the fodder would be okay with that. So in terms of air circulation, I have this Cool Breeze A137. It's I think a 1991 model, and this is the fan I got from Ben Phelps. It's his childhood fan, and this is one of my smoothest running fans in my collection. I recently just did a clean and service on it. I was using this fan a good bit in the bedroom the past couple months, and the thing got really gummed up, really dirty, so cleaned it up now. It's running fine, and I'm gonna probably use this fan out here this summer because this one seems to fit in the best and it runs really good. I'm gonna actually leave this one on overnight and circulate some air. There's also something oddly nostalgic about seeing that fan over there in a corner oscillating. I'll turn the light off and see. No, it's not gonna be bright enough, but oddly nostalgic seeing that just over there in the corner running. I might use my Lakewood 1200A over there sometime because I don't use that fan so often. It's a bit noisy though, but I'd like to use that fan sometime. I never really get a chance to. We'll go to the upper level where there's some more fans. So in the fitness center and also now the cat's bedroom is this 16-inch Nantucket Breeze stand fan with digital controls. This isn't really the nicest fan I've ever owned. It's kind of on the cheaper side, but it runs pretty good. I'm going to put a different stand on it. I have a stand for the 16-inch mainstay, so I'm going to swap those around, paint that stand black. The original stand this fan came with is kind of junky. Also had to replace the blade nut because that decided to break. And then this was a curb find. It was missing the center medallion here, so I want to find another one of those. This is kind of a cheaper digital fan. I think late last summer, I had a motor part on this, and I had this one cleaned and surfaced. I've been trying to use this one a bit better. I had the 12-inch Holmes in here, which is now in this closet, which is going to be a spare. I'll probably bring that one out at some point in time if I ever need to use it. So that's the fan right there. So we're in the bedroom now, and this is my sleep fan. This is the fan I use for white noise. It's a Holmes HANF 96. And then the box fan I typically use in here is this. It is a Lasko 3733 from the early 2000s. This is my childhood Lasko, the same one I saw as a kid. The first 3733 I ever saw. So it's a bit of a special fan. I also have that Emerson over there, which I'm going to break out in the summertime. And I got this silver HANF the other day at Goodwill, which I'm going to clean up, and I'm going to use that somewhere, probably over at my mom's house. The ceiling fan is this 1999 Hampton Bay Carousel, 52-inch, and I have been using the spotlights for that. I've been making some YouTube videos and stuff on one of the other channels. And this fan here, I really like how it looks, but the motor in it's very loud. Typical Hampton Bay, so it's probably going to get replaced soon. I'm going to look around to see if I have any other fans and any other like spare fans I can throw up here that would work. But for the time being, I'm going to leave this up here because it's not really giving me any issues. Up here in my uncle's bedroom is this Lakewood S223. This is kind of a temporary fan. I just happened to have this in the bedroom one of the days, and he needed a fan up here. So I brought this one up, but I'm going to probably bring it back down to storage. This fan's practically mint, but he takes pretty good care of his stuff, so I don't really see it getting broken anytime soon. And then over here is a Lasko branded 2150, and this fan here, well, if it was plugged in, because this plug it needs to be replaced. And it seems like it gotten stuck. But this is his sleep fan. It gets used every night, and this thing has a lot of hours on it. It was cleaned not so long ago, but it seems like it needs a motor service at this point. These are really good fans. They seem to last forever. I also have a gray 16-inch one over there in the closet.